Hello, you cuties, and welcome back to another React. Now, as usual, today we are on Boesschen tries to learn more about Warhammer 40k, and today's video is gonna be Salamanders, the perfect space marine Warhammer 40k lore by Crack Duck. As usual, we grab our coffee. I already have mine, and we get right into it. Let's go. Quack, quack.
Hi, friends. Wait, friends? What a coincidence I should mention friends, because today we're talking about the Salamanders. The Salamanders are my favorite Space Marine chapter. They have everything I like. It's no secret that I like green, and no matter how dumb this might seem, I actually like the nicer characters in 40k. So Salamanders really hit the spot.
Okay, hold up. Guys, this is the first time I watch a Crack Duck video, and this is so adorable. Green is cute.
I actually like the nicer characters in 40k. So Salamanders really hit the spot. They're green, not too mean, and they love flamethrowers. So let's just jump right into it, just like a salamander would. The Salamanders were the 18th Legion of the First Founding. Before being reunited with their Primarch Vulcan, the Salamanders were known as the Dragon Warriors, and they were masters of the ancient art of Kung Fu. That last part—
oh my goodness. Kung Fu Marine! I love this movie. I love it.
It was a joke, but honestly, Kung Fu Marines would actually be pretty funny. But
yeah,
yes, they were the Dragon Warriors, and even from the start, they had a penchant for sacrificing themselves in order to protect mankind. When the Dragon Warriors finally met their daddy Vulcan, he commended their selflessness in protecting the Imperial citizens against a massive orc horde. Vulcan even knelt to his Legion in respect of their heroics in the face of doom. The Legion was renamed after the giant salamanders of Vulcan's home world of Nocturne. During the heresy, the Salamanders completed a number of seemingly impossible missions, often taking huge casualties in the process. They prioritized protecting humanity above all else, sometimes at the cost of efficiency and often at the cost of their lives. They preferred last stands over lasting long. That sounded weird. I meant lasting long as in living.
Yeah, I might need to rehear that. Hold up.
Over lasting long, and often at the cost of their lives. They preferred last stands over lasting long. That sounded weird. I meant lasting long as in living. But regardless, this affinity for last stands meant that the Salamander Legion was one of the smallest legions of the heresy, since they often took heavy losses in their campaign. Most notably in their first ever mission in the Unification Wars, the Isfahan drop site massacre, and of course in the aforementioned battle where they first met Vulcan. After the heresy, since Salamanders got Salamander-stroyed so hard, they weren't able to make many successor chapters. In fact, it was widely believed that the Salamanders didn't have any successor chapters at all until the Ultimate Founding and the introduction of everybody's favorite Marines, the Primaris. Although they've long been said to have no successor chapters prior to the Ultimate Founding, it has long been rumored and recently confirmed that there were in fact some successor chapters for the Salamanders. But let's be honest, was it really a question that something like the Black Dragons was a successor chapter to the Salamanders? They use similar tactics and they're dragon themed.
Now, I don't know if I am in the right place here, because I know two factions now, and this is the second one. But we're learning, you guys. We're learning, so let's keep it rolling.
Last I checked, something like the Space Wolves weren't dragon themed. They're getting overhated themed. Also, black skin, black armor. Coincidence? I think not. But after the Ultimate Founding, they did get some new friends, such as the Dragon Spears, the Iron Drakes, and my personal favorite of the bunch, the Dark Krakens. And funnily enough, the Dark Krakens and the Dragon Spears are actually most notable for their aquatic operations. The Krakens hailing from an ocean world where they fight giant sea monsters, and the Dragon Spears known for fighting alongside the Space Wolves in a reefside battle. These two successor chapters show that the Administratum obviously doesn't play Pokemon. Is what you would say.
I don't play Pokemon either, so it's fine. It's fine. There are some people out there that don't play Pokemon, you guys.
If you're a fool. True Pokemon masters know that the Salamanders will be fire dragon type, which means they'd be neutral to water. Is what you would say if you were a fool, because real true Pokemon masters know that the Salamander Pokemon is the Charizard line, and they got stuck with fire flying for whatever reasons, and would still be weak to water. So, plot twist, the original statement was right, and the Administratum probably hasn't played the ancient simulation of Pokemon. Also, nobody bring up Salamence. The Charmander line is much closer to the Salamanders, so I will have none of that. But back to—
yeah, we ain't getting nothing of that. I don't understand a single bit about Pokemon. Literally nothing, so enjoy.
40k. Hearing about these cool green fellas might have you asking, well, how can I become a Salamander? Well, first off, You shouldn't want to become a space marine.
I want
It's
to become a
literally
Space
torture
Marine.
and you become a freakish weirdo. But second off, being a space marine is actually pretty cool. So maybe you do want to become one because you got sick ass armor and the incredible
Cool
strength
marshals.
to cope with the loss of almost all your brothers and maybe your
Mm.
dad after your cousins brutally betray you and then you get to witness everything you've ever fought for
Woo!
rapidly crumbling before your eyes for the
Oh
next
my goodness.
10,000 years.
This turned dark really quick. Yeah.
Oh, I read that wrong. I mean, you get the incredible strength to bonk your foes with a giant master-crafted thunder hammer. For the Emperor, am I right, boys? Each Space Marine chapter has a slightly different
Oh,
initiate
that's so cute.
process and trials along with the standard Space Marine
Oh,
surgical
baby.
operations.
Oh.
And the Salamander trial is actually quite cool as it's modeled on Vulcan's life and upbringing. First, they work as an apprentice for a salamander, learning smithing and other valuable life skills. Then, if worthy, they're taken Prometheus to get the Astartes procedures done on them. After the operations, the new
Astartes.
Space Marine
I know
scouts
that.
perform the trials that the Emperor and Vulcan did when they first met. All of this culminates in them being sent to hunt a giant fire-breathing salamander for which the chapter was named. Once completed, the scout can become a full-fledged Marine.
Okay.
In the current setting, the Salamanders are fulfilling their normal Space Marine
Okay.
duties of crusading and protecting humanity. Notably, they showed up at Hell's Reach, they were in the Badab War, and they participated in the Indominus Crusade. Along with that, the Salamanders are also on a mega scavenger hunt for the artifacts of Vulcan. These are 9 epic artifacts forged by Vulcan himself and were scattered across the galaxy. It's said that once all 9 artifacts are collected, the Vulcan will
Now,
return to lead his chapter once more. Clues to their whereabouts have been teased in the Tome of Fire, and the Salamanders gotta
holy
catch them all.
wow.
Damn, that is the second Pokemon reference in this video.
Mm.
Instead of that, let's just say,
No
much
more.
like Funko Pops, the Salamanders need to collect every last one of them. And that just made me think. The Salamanders have to collect a bunch of legendary weapons and artifacts in order to bring back a powerful leader and bring a whole new era to the faction. Call me a heretic, but that sounds a
Collectible artifacts, powerful, leader returns, end of an era. Now, can we take a moment to also appreciate the art? The shading on these characters are amazing.
lot like the Eldar Crone Swords to me. Perhaps, Eldar, we are not too different after all. Come here and give me a hug, elf man. Real shit?
Oh, no, you gotta see this. You gotta see this. Hold up. Let me make my model a little bit smaller. You know, you guys gotta see this. Hold up. Look at this.
Nah, JK,
Down between.
LMAO. Eat flamer, you dumb bitch.
Oh!
Oh, man.
No, I'm in the way of the flamethrower. Help.
Salamander's dragon iconography isn't just for show. These Green Marines are well known for their use of flamers, meltas, and other fiery weapons. Their preferred tactic is to use heavy armor so they can get close to the enemy and flamethrow them into the Shadow Realm. The Salamander's resilience and flame weapons make for a devastating combo in close quarters.
Why am I being
And
torched?
even though they're some of the nicer dudes in 40k, that's only if they like you.
Oh my
If not, well,
God.
they're some of the most ferocious Marines out there. Their Primarch Vulcan was
Ugh.
said to have fury that surpasses even Leman Russ, a true dragon on the battlefield, if you will. Outside of combat, the Salamanders are expert blacksmiths. They create and maintain
Okay.
all of their gear, a lot of which is master-crafted works of art.
Wow.
They also have large forge ships that manufacture weapons for the Salamanders on the go. How convenient. Another cool thing
Good
about the
drawing.
Salamanders is that, unlike most chapters, the Salamanders' fortress monastery is on the moon of their home planet, and is only really supposed to house the first company. The rest of the Salamanders live on Nocturne when they're not at war. This means that they actually hang out with the people of Nocturne and they could keep in touch with their
Wow.
families when not crusading. Along with their cultures, Salamanders also have some interesting abilities and quirks from their unique gene seed. The most obvious and iconic one is the jet black skin and glowing red eyes. This unique appearance results from a flaw in their otherwise stable gene seed. Their gene seed results in a defect with the Space Marines' melanochrome organ. This organ usually allows Space Marines to alter their melanin content on the fly in order to respond to various UV levels accordingly. However, due to
Okay, that makes actual sense because salamanders, right? If you think about actual salamanders, that's actually super cool.
the defective melanochrome organ, when a salamander goes to their home planet of Nocturne, the organ goes into super crazy overdrive mode and their skin turns permanently coal black and their eyes a
Wow.
burning red. These mutations make them look particularly intimidating on the field as the hulking giants stomp the battlefield
Can
with
I see the
eyes
the
burning
actual
through the
thing
fogs
now?
of war,
Wow.
scaring some opponents into submission even before the battle begins. Speaking of eyes, salamanders also have infrared vision just like the predator. This is called the fire sight and is obviously a useful ability as it would grant improved visibility in certain scenarios. One thing the salamanders use this for is to put cool designs on their armor that emits heat that only the salamanders can really see. Another more practical application is seeing
Dude.
through smoke, kind of like the thing that fire tends to make, and fire being the thing that salamanders tend to make. Oh, hey, that's a kick-ass combo if you ask me. It should be noted that theoretically the IR vision would be worse with thick black smoke that oil fires would typically make, but also flamers are said to burn super duper hot, so technically they shouldn't really produce smoke until
Wow.
the fire itself is dying out. But also, I just spent like an hour reading about smoke physics and never really got a clear answer, so I'm kind of losing my mind.
Now, let me tell you guys about smoke physics, considering I study physics. I know nothing about it either. I genuinely don't know anything. Like, if you want to just take it as it is as a science, I don't know it at all.
So let's just say that the
I'm more of a
40K rule of cool
biologist.
makes whatever we need to work, and we don't think too hard about it. So with that in
Rule
mind,
of
let's
cool?
just imagine for a second how scary it would be for these giants to stomp into the battlefield, spew fire everywhere, burning everything around them. You
Dude.
can't see anything through the smoke other than their
Literally.
piercing red eyes closing in on you, crushing anything in their way. Yeah, salamanders are the best. Sucks to be a heretic, you scumbag. More perks of being a
Dude, I don't know anything about heretics, but I guess we're gonna learn about them together soon. Very, very soon.
salamander is that they're physically bigger than the average marine. They have high tolerances to extreme heat and radiation,
I'm tall
and they
too.
have an above average regeneration ability. And I wonder if that
Wow.
regeneration thing was written because in real life salamanders can regenerate parts of themselves, or if it was just a generic durability thing. But the salamander gene seed isn't all sun flares and flamers. There are a few flaws
Super
in it.
cool.
Along with the aforementioned defective melanochrome organ, salamanders also apparently have slower reflex times. Nothing super noticeable, and they're
Okay.
still superhumanly fast, but it is notably slower than other Astartes. Another weakness you could say if you're a dickhead, cough, Perturabo, cough, Kurz,
Hold
cough,
up.
almost every 40k character, is that the salamanders have an affinity for a strange concept known as basic empathy, and they try to defend mankind at any cost. It's hinted at, but it's still unclear if this strange quirk is connected to their gene seed or not. But that final point is why I believe the salamanders to be the perfect marine. I have always subscribed to the perspective that the Emperor valued humanity above all.
I don't think it's that bad to be, to put humanity in front of you, but sometimes it is. It will go in the way like that. That's life though. That's life. When you put others in front of you all the time, that could be bad, but I guess they have their morals and everything.
All else,
I like
and the
it, so.
insane lengths he went to were always in the interest of protecting
Nice
humanity and
handwriting,
guiding them to
dude.
prosperity. Even though he was very flawed and made some seemingly nonsensical decisions to further his goals, the Emperor
your
saw
hands up.
humanity as number one. He's literally me.
He just like me. He just like me for real.
Even something as innocuous as the Imperium skull motif furthers this idea. The human form in itself is beautiful and pure, even in its decayed state. The Emperor created his transhumans in order to lead humanity to their rightful dominion of the galaxy. The Thunder Warriors, the Marines, the Custodes, and even the Primarchs, actually, especially the Primarchs,
the
were just
Emperor.
tools, means to achieve his ultimate goal. So, with that in mind, the Salamanders fully embody the purpose of the Astartes. They are stalwart defenders of humanity to the umpth degree. Murderface McGee might be a more deadly soldier, but if he doesn't care if he kills every single human in order to quote unquote save a city, he's missing his true purpose.
Patrick, we did it. We saved the city. Black Templar. Oh my god, no. Oh god, you guys, look at this.
Salamanders, on the other hand, they will do anything necessary to save
Yeah.
humanity almost to a fault. In addition, they don't look down on humanity, nor do they condemn them. Much like how Vulcan respects his sons and views himself as a protector and teacher rather than a superior, the Salamanders respect base humankind.
Okay.
And I better not see the stupid argument that this means the salamanders aren't grim dark and the setting is dead. The salamanders are literally dark because of their gene seed flaw. Pay attention. But joking aside,
I am.
the
Sorry.
salamanders might care about humanity, but they're still ultra violent and murderous to anything that may threaten humanity. Having
Oh my god, look at this poor thing. They probably did a lot of bad things, but look at them. They're like, I'm here, I exist, and I'm getting flamethrowed. Man,
characters
oh,
do heroic
man.
things doesn't mean
wait, I looked at the wrong thing in this one. Oh man, I love flamethrowers. I won't say the actual thing because it's probably gonna take me down, but look at this. So good. I can't believe I missed this.
Characters do heroic things doesn't mean that they're morally
Oh
pure,
my.
nor does it mean that the setting as a whole isn't
Oh
grimdark.
Lord.
There needs to be light to accentuate the darkness, so having a faction like the Salamanders
true.
perform noble actions while constantly taking heavy losses to hopelessly protect a doomed empire is a whole lot darker to me than asshole murder acts angrily.
I try to make this one look gritty, but it just looks shitty. This was behind me. This was written behind. Dude, the art is so cool, man. It is actually so cool. Wow, I am so looking forward to more of these videos from Duck.
Killing jerk-face asshammer and then stomping a baby. If every single character is an angry jerk, then that isn't a grim setting. It just means that the norm for the setting is that everybody's a jerk. But yeah, that's the Salamanders. I love these dudes, and they hit all of my check marks for the best Space Marine chapter.
Yeah.
I love characters in fictions that constantly get their ass kicked, but they stay determined and
Look at this. True though, true.
they stick to their values no matter what. Also, dragons are badass. What can I say? So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I look forward to doing some more
cool,
videos
man.
on
So
different
cool.
chapters, so stay tuned for that. And comment below some cool Salamander moments or just what your favorite chapter is. Thank you for watching, and thank you to all the epic patrons who support the channel even more. Check out the Patreon if you want. I post some unedited discussion videos and some behind-the-scenes content. You obviously don't have to and won't be missing out
W
anything
supporters,
on the main
man.
channel,
No,
since
well
I wouldn't have
deserved.
posted that stuff here anyways. But I do really appreciate the support as it helps me make more consistent videos and improve the quality.
And that was the end of this video, you guys. And I really enjoyed watching this with you guys. The art is super cool and the information is not heavy. It's actually perfect. This is my first Crack Talk video, and I guess to many more. Do let me know in the comment section below if you think this is enough for Salamanders to learn about them. And if you have any suggestions, then leave them in the comment section. Also, to all the Bricky lovers out there, we will be getting into his videos very soon. So stay tuned for that. And as usual, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to keep up with me, then please check me out on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. And until another one, goodbye.